Man, it's time going by so fast. We're already in June. Hey everyone, Video Game Lover here, and welcome to another edition of Games Have I Beaten, or Games I Finished, where we look back at the games I finished for a certain month. I finished 10 games for the month of May. Didn't plan it, just ran into some very quick games and some good games. So, first off, I beat Scramble Spirits on the Sega Master System. Not really much to talk about other than it's a really short shmup on the Master System. Really wanted to kind of go through more games on the Sega Master System, but not too bad. It has an okay soundtrack. It's whatever. The next game that I finished was Ice 9 for the Game Boy Advance, and this was one of the last FPS games that was on the Game Boy Advance, and it's a pretty decent game, but there are two things I don't like about it. One is that the tutorial sucks ass and it's mandatory. There's a section where you have to use the sniper and it's horrible rifle controls. And you have to kill every enemy. It's mandatory. You can't skip it. And you also have to beat the game on normal. You beat it on easy. If you play on easy, you're not gonna get the last 3 missions. And number 2, there's no music. It's like the Jaguar version of Doom. There's no music in the gameplay. It's not a bad game. It plays fine on the system for the last FPS on it, but not really all that great. It's fine. It was apparently gonna be based on a movie, but then they changed it. But it wasn't all that great. Next up, I finished Brothers in Arms for the Nintendo DS. A pretty decent third-person shooter. I love the stylus controls in a lot of these shooting games on the DS. It just works perfectly. You know, using the stylus, because it's like a mouse and keyboard. My one issue I have with this game is I wish the frame rate was a lot smoother. It's pretty rough. Not unplayable, but it's pretty choppy. But still though, I believe this was like one of the first games that used the stylus next to Modern Warfare, but still a pretty... Oh, actually, never mind. It was Metroid Prime. Excuse me, so forget what I just said. But still a decent game. I really have fun with it. $5. Can't really argue with that price. Thank you, Andy. Next, I beat Lego Batman. This was in the backlog for a while, and I don't know why, because this is a really short game. Like, really freaking short game. But I had a good time with it. It's really fun. I'm not a fan of some of the vehicle levels, but it's still a really cool, fun little Lego Batman game. But it's really short though. I didn't do the villain sword, I just only did Batman's story. So, that's that game. Next, I finished SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. This was the last SmackDown vs. Raw game that I needed to play and finish on the PSP, so now I've beaten them all. This game is really awesome, but one thing that's really bizarre is that I lost a match in the Tori Wilson storyline, and once I lost that match, I was warped to the Legends Tour, and once I beat the Legends Tour, I was already warped to the Royal Rumble. Like, I won the Royal Rumble, I was Kurt Angle the whole time, won the Royal Rumble, and I won the main event at WrestleMania, but it was really strange. I ended up giving the belt to British Bulldog, but I'm not sure what happened, but it just skipped. Like, I lost a match and all of a sudden was right to the Legends Tour. Really strange, but this game is awesome. I think this game has aged really well too. It's very good still to this day, and it's really incredible on how they were able to get this game running on the PSP. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. The next game that I finished was Wolfchild on both the Super Nintendo and Genesis. I played and beat in both versions. I actually like the Super Nintendo version a little bit more, though I do like the Genesis soundtrack more. The problem with the Genesis version is because the game runs too fast-paced, you run into enemies all the time, and there's no invisibility, protection. The Super Nintendo version actually has that, and I just think the Super Nintendo version is a little bit more fair on that regard. So, I prefer the Super Nintendo version over the Genesis version on that. Next up, I beat Spider-Man Friend or Foe, and good God almighty, that might be one of the most mediocre games I have ever played and finished. It's so boring. It only took me 3.5 hours, felt like 10 hours. All you do is punch enemies, you save whatever Spider-Man villain, then they help you out. The only upside I can say is Carnage is playable in this version, which is strange. But Jesus Christ, that version is ass. Well, the game itself is ass. Don't play it. It's boring as hell, beyond boring. That is one of the worst Spider-Man games I played in a while. The next game that I finished is Sagaia on the Genesis, also known as Darius 2 on the arcade. It's a pretty good shmup on it on the Genesis, but it's really challenging. Like, it's a really damn challenging game for the Sega Genesis. And there's a lot of levels, because as the Darius games, they're very massive with the levels, so it may take you a minute to play through every freaking level in Sagaia. Next, I beat Abadox on the NES, a really bizarre game for the system. You're like inside of a body, and it's hard. That game's a really tough shmup on the NES, but it's pretty good. It's made by Natsume, and strangely was published by Milton Bradley. And the final game that I finished for the month of May, at long last, is Metroid Fusion. There's really not much to say about this game other than it's a damn good Metroid game. It's really tough though, because Samus is arguably very weak in this game defensively, because her suit has been damaged, and so a lot of enemies hit really hard. And man, the fake Samus, that shit is scary in the game. But it plays really good, controls really good music, really good graphics. Was one of the first Metroid games to actually have a pretty big story. Not a whole lot, but there was a lot of story in this game. It just plays really freaking well. Metroid Fusion, beautiful game. Very good game. I'm currently playing through Zero Mission now, which is also a really good game. But anyways, guys, that's all the games I finished for the month of May. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Video Game Lover 58, sign out. Peace.